Hey guys, this is RC. So today I'm gonna show you how to make your team, and I'm gonna show you my fantasy teams and all. So, and also there are some kind of tips that I used to follow since last year, so I'll be also sharing that. Quick checklist. I mean, we used to follow this. If you're not winning and if you're not making up to the marks, so you need to have a comeback. I mean, you should be like resting for a couple of matches. I mean, you should know when to exit and when to re-enter like a lion. So this is what our first mantra says. And nextly, you should also have some cricket knowledge and also some kind of research, having a plan. So first of all, you should make sure the playing 11, the Dream 11 what you have chosen is playing that match, and also you should be picking top 4 batsmen, because in T20 they're gonna bat till the end. It's not the finishers and all. In every match, top order is the one who scores a lot. So pick top 4 batsmen from both of the teams. You should be picking, it depends on how the pitch. So you can pick 3, 4, 5, even 6 from both of the teams, but the thing is you need to pick top 4 because they're gonna bat for sure. And the nextly we talk about pitch and FIR. You should also know about how the pitch varies from surface to surface. In last video I just told you about how surfaces, how pitch reports gonna be in Mumbai, Chennai and Wankhede, Ahmedabad and all. I will provide the link in the description. And FIR, which is like injuries, any player having some injuries, and also reports, and also the player in form. So you should be also checking these things. And also 80 to 20% rule. If you are like winning big, you just invested around 200 rupees and you got around 1000 rupees. So the thing what you do immediately is you have to save your 800 amount, and you should be using the 20% amount what you had in the previous games. If you are like investing less money, just like me, if you are like had a kind of 300 profit, then you should be like around, you should be cutting off to 20%, and you should bet the 20% in upcoming matches. So this is how I do. In Dream11 I just had 25 rupees. On women's I just had that 19 I had that sport fought for 19 rupees, and I invested the amount wisely, and now I got around 1000 rupees. So which is in Dream11. So this is how you have this thing is happened in last year. So this is how you have to rotate your money. You should follow this rule if you are okay with that. So when you are winning, and your mind tends to do that because you are winning now, so you can have an extra amount. You can spend a lot of money in particular match. When you do that, all your profits will be lost in one single match. Join as least as possible and join effectively. So that's what I'm saying. And talking about the trust, you have to trust some websites like Housestart, Sports Kida, Crickbuzz and Eagle Media Sports as well. And there is a platform called, I don't wanna talk you much about it, but last time in New Zealand's match they said Soumya Sarkar is having less than 25 runs an average, and they said a lot of stats, and they advised to not pick him. And he's the one who is the leading run getter at that particular match. So this is what happens with some kind of websites. So they just randomly pick players and tell you what to do. So just don't follow blind. You should have your homework done, and you should be like having that kind of research and all. Investing time and having that profit is directly proportional. So you need to invest as much as time. Whatever you do, that invest and all, you should also make note of it. If you are investing a lot, and if you are not making up to the team, then you are like, it's for nothing actually. So you have to make note of everything what you invested. I mean, the time you invested, you should be making note of everything. And do not multitask, guys, because I used to get a lot of calls while making team, and so you should be like just only one. So lastly, it's time to prepare for anything. These are my personal tips. So talking about goals and strategy, so you should be like getting your money at least. Effectively, you have to take the risks. You have to work on how to risk some players. You have to choose wisely. Nextly, 80% of my dream team will be on stats. So you should be like working on the team changes and having that battles and all. You have to go through it. Talking about goals and strategy, So whatever you think, it has to be different, and it has to applicable in some areas, like pitch report, maybe like winning a toss, everything, but it has to work. So let's consider if Mumbai batting fails, Ishan and Sky gonna be like in high, they will be like rocking, so I'll pick them as captain, vice captain. So this is the kind of strategy what I'm using, and this is the kind of strategy what I'm getting. If top order goes, it has to be some bowler. If it is not bowler, I mean if it is not a pace bowler, it has to be like Sundar or Maxwell who opens the innings. You should be thinking like that, and you have to go with that, and you have to think differently, but it has to be applied in some ways. Mostly I'll make a note, but sometimes I also record my voice, so I'll be like having an idea of whom to pick, so that I can't be rushing. So with my experience, I'm gonna tell you that if you are like investing less and making profit, it's good for you. After all, no matter what, you should be having faith in yourself. So that's what I'm gonna say. And nextly, get ready for this IPL fantasy, which is amazing. I didn't have team previews and all in the first video. I just had IPL fantasy because this is important. This is what makes a lot of fun with friends and all. So the description what I have given, you can just click the link and make your fantasy. And nextly, these are my teams for the fantasy. So I just had every player from every franchise, and I had 2 players from RCB, 2 players from Mumbai, and 2 players from KKR. This is what I did. I just had KKR because they're gonna play 2 matches with 1 day gap. So make sure whatever you do, there are a lot of tricks actually I use. If you want to share me the tricks, please do comment below. Okay, so nextly, these are the 3 fantasy tips what I'm giving now. So you know that wrist spinners gonna be the wicket takers, and also the death bowlers. Bolt in the end and Bolt in the power play. You should be having an all-rounders who can bat up and bowl at least 2 or 3 overs. So it's gonna be bench strokes, and in the absence of Jofra, he will be bowling 4 overs. So it is better to pick bench strokes in your team. And next comes batsmen who are opening, and also the wicket keepers who open. So that's what you have to do. And nextly, uncapped players. So just have at least 1 or 2 uncapped players. So you know that the uncapped player is gonna be free of transfers. You can use it regularly if you have 1 or 2. And next comes, these are the top 10 players last season. So you can have David Warner in your fantasy, and you can try Bolt and Bumrah in your fantasy, and you can also have Dhawan and Marcus Stoinis, because these are the top players of the season. So they might get points for you in the first week. So you better try them, because I'm not trying all of them because I don't want to use my transfers for the first week. So I'm not gonna use most of them. So that's the thing. Nextly, let's talk about all team strengths and weaknesses. So these are the strengths what I feel, and weaknesses for all the teams. You can just check it out. And nextly, let's talk about the match preview of today, MI versus RCB. So these are the 5 steps that you're gonna do for every match. First, you have to pick the playing 11 who is having the better chance to move in team, and also take players who have a recent form, and you have to follow the pitch report, and you have to pick wisely. As you know, it's gonna be Chennai, so you should be picking at least 2 wrist spinners if possible. And next, you should also look out for stats and milestones of any player. And step 4 is gonna be eliminating some players like Bolt. If your captain gonna be Virat Kohli, who is opening the innings, so it is not suggested to have both Bolt and Bumrah. So it is not suggested to have both Bolt and Bumrah. So you can either pick one. So this is what you have to. This is how you eliminate the players. And nextly, step 5, you should be backing some of the players if possible. At least 1 player you have to do. And nextly, just go for the underrated players as well. So these are the stats for the 5 players. This is gonna be the top players. So this is how you should be eliminating. And nextly, so this is gonna be my dream team. My openers, Chris Lynn and Virat Kohli. If Chris Lynn is not gonna play, then it will be Jimmy Nisham who's gonna be substitute for De Kock. Here De Kock is not gonna play in the first match, so we just had Chris Lynn. If Chris Lynn is not playing, so just pick him. And so this is my fantasy. I'm having Virat and Sky as my vice captain. So instead of Chahal, you can also have Siraj, Zampa or Richardson, and instead of Pollard you can have Nisham or both. So this is my dream team for today's match. So I had credit lift of 0.5 and I can use it lastly. If any of them is playing here, you can actually pick them. Finn Allen had nice game against Bangladesh, and Jimmy Nisham is also had a great ODI. So Jimmy Nisham, Finn Allen, Siraj, Zampa, Richardson are my bench. So if they are playing, you can substitute from the players who are not playing in my dream team. So this is gonna be my dream team. If Chris Lynn is not playing, and I'll go for Saurabh Tiwari or someone else. So thanks to Slides Glow. The slides are provided by Slides Glow, so thanks for them. And this is how it ends.